Ya lanjut. Kita kemana? Kesananya gimana caranya? Halo Rashid. Halo Om David. Oh ya ada tangga. Stream malam ini cuma ngelanjutin ini doang. Panjang banget ya? Enggak, tadi tuh ada kerjaan. Makanya dipotong. Stream tadi siang.
Alright. It is not my intent to reprimand you.
Jangan lihat aku,
There
jangan
is
lihat
no
aku.
need to state your name. Just be off with you. Do not distract me from my performance. Oh, do not jest. Can you not feel it? I am Fosalor. The eyes of countless Fontanians are upon me. I must, at all times, display the utmost elegance and nobility.
Kalau 2 set nobles emblem bagus kok selama IR cukup. Nggak apa-apa 2 set gitu. Selama IR-nya cukup ngeburst terus nggak apa-apa, aman. Purina kamu kok statnya bagus. Kan Purina itu asennya CR. Jadi kan otomatis udah dapet 24-an kan. Nah, tinggal nyari 40 crit rate aja. Ya paling di sini. Crit damage. Ini aja masih bisa lebih bagus sih. Atau ini.
Being too popular can be such a hassle. Who knew the people would adore me? Dear audience, the performance is experiencing a technical difficulty, but worry not. The guards shall resolve it soon enough.
RT Charlotte paling best. Ya, Athena City Nobles. R230 channel. Kalau solo itu mesti high apa double cryo sih itu mainnya.
Hey, what gives? The audience is still watching me, you know. Guards? Wait, where are the guards? Guards!
Coba pakai ini. Kalau solo butuh berapa? Di 250-an itu, Rashid. Malam kuro kami. Like dulu boleh kali guys. Melanjutkan yang tadi, Dia ada pancermin Purina. Aku udah like kok ya, makasih. Makasih plan ya. Apa ini maksudnya?
Farina. Huh? Who's that? Who's calling me? Where are you?
Vokalor kah?
Be not nervous. Be not afraid.
Nah, kan.
Before you. Wait a moment. You're mirror me? How can this be?
Aku juga mau bagusin Arteneo video soalnya masih jelek.
Hmm.
Aku aja terus masih di golden sih.
Mirror you, huh?
Belum mau
You know what?
pindah-pindah.
That's not bad. Let's go with that. Mirror me. What do you wish to say? The prophecy. Have you heard of it?
Paling Archon ku sampai kelar 1 hari.
Prophecy?
Tidak ada kerjaan.
I know.
Makanya nyambung malam ini lagi. Gitu.
I don't know why, but it's in my head somehow. The people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine
Aku lagi
be
pampurin nama.
washed away.
Carrot belum well build, belum bisa
Very
nge-arte.
good. You know it well.
Purina lu belum 90 plan.
Going on? I can't seem to remember anything clearly. The only thing I know for sure is this prophecy. Will it really come to pass? Yes, it will. And that is why I've come to you. Disaster will come to Fontaine sooner or later. Things will develop just as the prophecy declared. There is no escaping it. But doesn't that mean everyone will die? I'm a Fontainian just like them. Will I dissolve too? Oh, don't worry. Magical meetings exist in this world precisely to give people a chance to turn things around. It is the reason why you met me today. I will tell you how to save everyone, but you may have to suffer somewhat.
No.
Oh, so there's still hope after all. Goodness, you frightened me. You spoke so much.
Berat
and
banget
with
build
so
2
much
sekaligus.
certainty.
Aku aman-aman aja kok.
For the suffering.
Paling Charlotte belum
Well,
90/90 plan.
the first thing that came to mind was,
Pakai
why do
Primo.
I have to be the one to suffer? But if the prophecy will come
Manage
true,
viral raya
I'll
aku.
also die anyway,
Seret.
right?
Iya,
So,
130-an
if
lah
I've
itu.
already met
Bisa.
you as my magical meeting in this world, if there were scales, with all the people of Fontaine on one side and my pain on the other, is it not obvious where the scales should tilt? You truly are the perfect human, my ideal. I suppose this would also be the justice that belongs to you. Huh? Don't worry, it's nothing. Listen well. Fontaine has just
Archon
lost
Hydro.
its Hydro Archon. I need you to play a role, that of the new Archon. Play as a god? That's right. You must begin a never-ending masquerade. You must never let anyone suspect your identity. If you can keep it up, then I shall have my way of defying this prophecy. But should your identity be revealed, then all hope will be lost. But how will I do this? A human assuming the role of a god without being exposed.
No.
Don't worry. What you must do is not to turn
Lu Charlotte udah
yourself into a real
ada
god.
kemarin udah
You
siap.
simply
Oh
need
iya.
to play the role of a god as
Yang
humans
kerang-kerangnya aku udah
imagine
siap
them to
plan.
be. Being a human yourself, I'm sure you
Oh
already
gitu
know what
ternyata
such an identity would be
Purina
like.
sebagai Archon
Remember,
Hydro.
Your true challenge will not be pursuing
Tapi mental
divinity,
Purina kuat
but
banget ya,
contending against humanity.
meranin peran Archon.
I'm still not sure I understand.
Suara in gamenya kecil.
I'll try.
Enggak kok.
To do this.
Lu ada aja lu keluh kesah lu tapi Bito heran.
To play this role. To accomplish this mission, you will have to
Nggak ada yang
stay on
diubah-ubah,
stage
ada aja
many years.
keluh kesahnya
You
si
will
Eta Bito nih.
endure and not grow old until your task ends. But I promise you, all will eventually end in a magnificent and dramatic trial, and everyone will be saved. A trial? Huh. How exciting. I'll be looking forward to it.
Aduh, dia sacrifice dirinya buat nyelamatin warga Ponten ternyata. Lanjutan Kak, iya Mbak ini. Weapon mancing buat Purina bagus. Soal nggak ada pestering, bagus buat Purina. Bang, Purina goblet bagus HP Hydro. Substat yang bagus aja itu. Kembali kalau misalnya HP substatnya lebih bagus ya pakai HP. Kalau Hydro ya pakai Hydro, substatnya bagus. Iya ratusan tahun, iya anjir dia acting. Purina gobletnya yang statnya bagus aja. Soalnya HP sama, ya beda tipis tuh. Parah spoiler. Lah kan judulnya udah diingetin spoiler gimana sih? Ah jadi makin ngepull weaponnya nih. Mama aku lagi sakit, semoga cepat sembuh sakitnya.
The Maison Cardinalise has announced my accession, but this is my first time facing the people.
Anjir berat banget ya juga jadi dia ya. Berarti Purina seumur Naida 500 tahun.
What should I say to most appear like a god? To be honest, I still don't know. Perhaps I should first try to act natural.
Untung udah Archon quest. Jujur aku respect sama Purina sih sebenarnya, cuman dia masih berarti gitu sebel. Kan acting. Asli berat banget ya perannya ya.
I'm sure you've all heard about how I have taken on the role of Hydro Archon. Indeed, I am Farina de Fontaine, your new Archon. In truth, I know little about
Waalaikumsalam. Yang bilang Purina SMP sini bayo.
It will be my honor to guide you all. As the god Fosalor, the god of justice.
Jujur dia latihan gini loh. Kesongo apa? Kesongongannya tuh dilatih ya anjir ternyata. Iyalah kan dia harus kelihatan perfect di depan warga Ponten. Iya anjir. Seenggaknya Purina masih jauh lebih baik daripada pejabat-pejabat. Astaga, udahlah.
Once again, thank you all for coming. If you should have any questions or suggestions, please send them to the Maison Cardinalise. The future of Fontaine will require us to work together after all. This should do it. I thought I might stammer, but thankfully, I was able to convey my thoughts just fine. Okay, and next.
That's the new Hydro Archon. Is this some kind of joke by the Maison? I would have thought that a being that surpasses humanity would be a bit more...
Anjir langsung dapat kritikan.
Did you hear that? She even told us to send her suggestions there at the end.
Shouldn't gods be all-powerful? She's being so modest. What's the difference between her and an ordinary person then?
Aneh Neopinya nggak curiga. Sayang Purina banyak-banyak. Kok nggak puas Jepang? Katanya lebih better ini English. Ya udah tahu bahasa English. Soalnya suara Neopirat mirip suaraku kalau di English aja.
Wait, what's going on? Why is everyone suspecting me of being a fake? Oh, this is bad.
Wek.
I get exposed here. Mirmi said that I just need to play the role.
Gampang-gampang sesuai yang dibilangkan manusia. Ah.
Calm down, Farina. Think. What do the people want? would they imagine a god to speak and act? Assertive, with a strong sense of presence, one who can dispel all doubt. That is the character I'm fated to play.
Mirip suaranya tapi nggak di full, parah. Mirip suaranya. Kok kalian ini sih pada emosi malam-malam nggak boleh emosi, guys. Kan bener kan? Neofilet bahasa Inggris yang voice Englishnya mirip aku, guys. Yopan, bentar ya Yopan ya, masih di dalam ini nih. Belum bisa review impact. Gue yang niatnya skip setelah kelarin quest jadi pengen Purina banget bang. Iya kasihan Mbak Yuni nggak dipul. Gasken. Cuma menangis doang. Gue langsung aja ke kamar. Bodo amat pis. Gak signatur. Masa Archon gak signatur sih? Aslinya set. Tapi jadi kesel.
Oh, very good, my people. Only ones such as you are deserving of my
Anjir langsung kayak gitu ya.
Now, I was wondering if some weak puppet were to one day come onto the stage and claim ownership of this opera house, would the children of Fontaine follow them? Well, it seems that you would all see right through them. Having passed my test, you are qualified to witness wondrous trials alongside my august self, here in this opera house. You may consider my previous act a door gift of sorts. I thought it was a debut that suited the atmosphere.
Ketawanya kayak Kunti Bogel. Kunti Bogel. Halo Zu, udah lama gak mampir nih aku po. Iya Zu.
Now then,
Welcome Zu.
let us be reintroduced.
I am Purina.
Ah, so that was just a performance. How could I have forgotten that we were inside an opera house?
Wah, langsung percaya orang-orangnya.
Personality. It's quite shocking, to be honest, but I suppose it's a better look than before. Such a fascinating and bold deity. How wonderful.
Masa depan kita cerah nih aja penontonnya. Gacha Bang Ren walaupun tanggal Ren ingat kamu tadi kemarin dapat crit rate crit damage, ingat ya janjinya.
It seems I've turned them around. Best follow this flow and restart my accession speech.
Dengan yakin dan
My dear people,
janji apa ya tuh kan?
judge me or not,
Udah kayak pejabat
whether you
negeri
trust
ini.
me or nay, I
Wih, Mbak Ayuni dapat, thank you Ren.
in your ardor for justice. We have heard it said that this nation's sins can no longer be washed away. Well, I say that justice is most fragrant when it blooms amid sin. No, this won't work. They'll suspect me again. I must play the role that they want me to play.
Anjir berat juga ya.
The scales of justice should not weigh heavy in the hands of its God. On one side, it must carry fairness and justice.
Pasti full Bang Ren di akhir-akhir, iya sih kayaknya tuh.
Praise and applause. May law be the prayer on our lips. May judgment be our worship. Let
Tutup
us
dengan
light
santun?
the fires and
Apa menyentuh
dream of
hati
the
ya?
future of Fontaine. There is no trouble in this world that justice cannot solve. All that is needed is for you, my people, to believe in it, heart and soul. So long as I, the Archon Faishal, stand within the opera epiclese, so long as I stand before the oratrice, I shall even judge the gods of this world!
Adegan 3. Apa benar? Apa nih? Bang, ini adegannya sampai 108.
Lady Farina, here are today's case reports as well as a summary of the follow-up for your perusal.
183.
Come now.
183K
We're
maksudnya?
not just at the opera house in person. Leave these kinds of things to Neuvillette. Besides, none of these trials were the one that I'm looking forward to the most.
If I may be so impertinent, what kind of trial are you truly looking forward to?
A magnificent, dramatic, and
Kan baru adegan
wondrous
sekian dari
trial.
sekian yang
A trial
benar.
to end all things. How could you hope to understand?
That's true. I fear I lack the ability to grasp your divine thought, Lady Archon.
Jadi questnya masih 2 hari lagi.
Need for
Yang
friends.
benar.
And do not take what I said before too seriously.
Gimana tadi, Pu? Tadi gue tinggal ngechat guru.
The
Maksudnya
trial I await. It will.
gimana tadi apanya? Begadang sih. Begadang sih. Belum ada 40% questnya ini. Allah, Bang Perry aja belum udah ngomong-ngomong persen-persen.
Rather thank your own sense of perseverance instead. Long have you stood in line to meet me, have you not? Oh, I'm afraid that's just an inevitable consequence of my divine charm. All right, Deoteria, is it? How is your son's illness?
You remembered me, and you knew of my family too. He is doing much better.
Dia ngobrol sama siapa aja?
In fact, he is far more of an ardent believer than I.
Suaranya tak dikenal.
He was the one who forced me to seek an audience with you, and to bring your words back to him.
Uy, paha.
Very good. If this should happen again in the future, please do not hesitate to come and tell me. Going down to citizens' homes every so often, while not usual practice, should serve as a fine change of pace.
You're such a gentle and wise.
Iya masih lama.
Thank you once again. On behalf
Akan kujabanin. Bantu domain. Aku masih Archon quest Zu. Katanya Tabibito sama Ren masih 2 hari lagi Archon questnya. Itu aja tadi yang minta review belum bisa review ya.
As for the specific parameters you asked to take note of, I'm afraid things still don't look good.
I see. It's as I thought then. As your god, I did already expect this, but I wanted to see how far your human wisdom would allow you to analyze it. All manner of signs indicate that the prophecy will still come to pass. Forget it. That's not something you need to worry about right now.
Well, as I understand it, the Fontaine Research Institute is also trying to find a way to counter the rising water levels.
Really? Have they found anything?
Kalau no skip sejaman kelar udah nggak sampai 2 hari. Really Zu? Kamu lihat live stream tadi siang deh. Streaminganku tuh tadi 3 jam. Terus lu bilang sejam udah kelar. Streaminganku tadi siang tuh 3 jam ya.
I'm afraid that they have.
Dan ini masih ngelanjutin aja.
Is that so? Well, no wonder. This issue has reached the realm of the gods after all. Still, their spirit is praiseworthy.
Spoiler parah. Yas, kan di judul udah Yas. Udah aku tulis spoiler, masih aja yang komen spoiler parah cabut. Kan udah ditulis di judul. Spoiler.
I haven't had a moment to breathe this whole time. But it's good to see that that everything's getting on track. There are no longer any voices of suspicion. Maybe this is fine. I just need to keep going, and everyone will be saved.
Anjir.
Alright, Farina, don't think too hard.
Semangat
about
Purina.
this. You need rest. Tomorrow's a new day.
Iya, masih ada hari esok tapi acting terus anjir.
Lady Farina, here are the new trial reports for the latest cases, as well as a summary of the follow-up.
There'll be no need for that.
Purina sedih ingin ku
I've
peluk.
seen them already. There's no
Tapi dari yang
need to
pertama
cover
kali
over scenes I've
Purina
witnessed
ketemu
in
pokal
person
tuh
before.
sejaman.
Lady Farina, I've waited so long for this chance to see you in this manner.
Indeed, my dear loyal citizen. This joyous moment is an honor for us both.
Lady Farina, we're detecting significant hydrological anomalies near Poisson.
Understood. Keep monitoring. Keep me informed should anything come up at the Institute. I don't think I let anything slip today. I must show
Anjir.
people that there is nothing to
Berat
worry
banget itu pikirannya anjir.
Just don't know when these days will end. I feel utterly exhausted. Best to rest early today too.
Adegan 5. Semangat tipes lu disemangatin. Sedih rasanya butuh martabak. Waduh. Lapar nih. Anjing. 182.
Lady Farina, it's like a dream being able to speak with you up close like this. I've heard that the first member of our family who was honored to receive an audience with you was Madame Dioteria, almost 20 generations ago.
And what a fine family yours
Anjir
is
asli
indeed.
kuat banget ya dia kalau
Brings
gini ya.
me great joy to meet such a faithful believer, a descendant of a line most
Udah nggak
ardent.
berat itu tadi suruh jadi dewa iya anjir.
Surely you exaggerate, Lady
Terus jadi orang lain lagi.
My lady?
What is it, good citizen?
Are you crying?
Anjir.
Really now? I didn't even notice.
No.
This must be the overflow of hydro from my person. Well, can't quite help being the god whose dominion is the waters, can I?
No wonder. A manifestation of your power, then. Oh, Archon, I am honored to have witnessed it. Honored indeed.
Anjir capek anjir.
So interminable. So lonely.
No.
How much longer? Hundreds of years must have passed by now. Perhaps the show must go on for hundreds more. I never imagined that it would hurt so much. Have I reached my limit? No.
Anjir nangis sampai nggak sadar anjir.
I reached it long ago.
Selama itu ke aku esensial.
I hide
Nggak, tadi aku ada kerjaan tadi siang makanya dilanjut lagi.
I want to tell someone, anyone about this. But would that not destroy all I've done so far? I've conducted so many investigations across the centuries.
Jadi selama ini didengar Archon suara nangis malam-malam, Purina lagi nangis.
A sliver
Sendirian, iya.
We might break the prophecy. All I can do is keep heart. I must maintain this act.
Untuk nyelamatin Fontaine
It's the
ternyata.
only way to save Fontaine. Please, mirror me. You have to succeed.
3 jam kelar harusnya. Lewat lebih kayaknya. 4 jaman lebih. Gue dapat Purina C3 signatur, mantap.
You don't have to shoulder this burden alone. Although I don't know what you might be keeping from everyone, your people are more than willing to share your burden with you.
Share my burden. That's impossible. It was fated right from the start that this would be my duty alone.
But even if your burden doesn't need to be shared, you can still choose to confide in someone. Just share it with me. I'm what you'd call a witness.
Wih, Tabi Bito ngomong.
Yes, I've heard that you came to Tevat from beyond the stars, yes. In other words, you never belonged here. And if Tevat is, in its entirety, a show on a stage, then you're just a spectator, aren't you? If that's the case...
Nah, ngomong apa nih?
She's right. I could confide in her, couldn't I? But if things don't play out as expected, the people of Fontaine will be the ones to pay the
Anjir.
price. No, Farina. You shouldn't be selfish. But what if it's really all right? Farina, you've worked so hard for so long.
Boleh.
Surely it would be okay to put yourself first for once. Just this once. Is it such an outrageous thing to do anyway? To find someone in whom you can confide your frustrations.
Anjir, nggak ada teman sama sekali ya.
Surely it could not hurt. If you let this opportunity slip through your fingers, it might never come by again. Think about it long and hard. No, I have nothing to say. I am Farina, the Archon of Fontaine. Everything will surely get better. All you need to do, dear spectator, is to witness my performance until the curtains fall.
Fine.
Purina Pujiastuti. Lah kok gua.
So even
Kenapa
Farina
namamu
doesn't know the
tuh
truth?
bang? Ada deh.
You've never once let her in on the full plan?
Yes, it had to be done. To deceive the heavenly principles, you must first deceive yourself. She did very well. If she had let her resolve falter even once in these 5 centuries, Fontaine would have been doomed to the most tragic fate. It seems that trusting humanity was the right decision after all.
I believe that I understand how your deception works, but that is only half the truth, is it not? How would you build on this foundation to save the people of Fontaine? That is the most important thing.
Ah, good, good. Of course, the Udex of Fontaine has pinpointed the crux of the issue. I'm sure you've long sensed that the Oratrice is no simple machine, yes?
I've always suspected that it had its own consciousness. And Lenny did mention that he heard a human voice within the core chamber.
Iya benar, ada suara
Now
orang.
it seems that that person was you, hidden within the machine all along. Am I right?
And then I became one with the oratories, taking Fontaine's gnosis with me.
Ah.
Yes, it would seem so, wouldn't it? Alas, your understanding of this device still lacks sufficient depth. In
Kasih nama
truth,
musuh itu
it is no enactor of justice.
karena habis dengar suara
It is,
Supreme
in
keempat
fact,
ya benar.
a device created to kill the god of justice.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, you have it. And to be more
Bunuh Dewa Keadilan,
precise,
tapi juga
not only will the oratories take down the god of justice, it will also take down the divine throne upon which she has been placed. I mean, did you think I would be the sort to enjoy peaceful repose while Farina suffered? My work over these last 500 years has been to constantly accumulate indemnitium within the oratories. But really, some have already discovered that only a small fraction of the energy generated by the device was ever used to provide power to Fontaine. The vast majority had to be, accumulated to enact this death sentence.
It was all a part of your plan then? Both the trial and the sentence?
Indeed. This power, accrued over 5 centuries, could have sustained Fontainians for millennia.
suka Purina tapi nggak suka Pokalor.
Almost all of it has now been
Tapi satu
stored
sisi
within
aku
the
suka
oratories.
Pokalor tapi aku nggak suka Purina. Berantem yuk kita, Rin. Berantem aja kita. Gua kira karena apaan? Ya itu doang sebenarnya, nama aku Stutu itu ya karena dengar itu. Stutu. Itu doang. Saya suka Purina karena tekad selama 500, tapi dia nyebelin personality-nya. Suka Pokalor karena dia menipu Heavenly Principle, tapi nggak suka karena dia siksa Purina 500 tahun.
But only power of this magnitude could hope to destroy the Hydro Archon's divine throne, shaking the rules established by Celestia and breaking through the institution
Hanya
that
kekuatan
is the
seperti
Seven.
inilah yang mampu. Aku nungguin ternyata
So
nggak
the
dia.
oratrice's call for death was for neither Farina nor Focalor, but for the Hydro Archon. The destruction of that divine throne. If I do not misunderstand your intent, you must be...
Returning what's rightfully yours to you, of course. In other words, this was all done to return the authority of the Hydro Archon to the Hydro Dragon of
Anjay.
this planet.
Jadi Neophyte nih Archonnya.
Oh, what? Getting sad again, are we? The authority of the ancient dragons shall soon be yours once more, O Hydro Dragon Sovereign. And this is the face you make.
All you've done throughout the years is just so you can sacrifice yourself at the very end.
Aduh.
I've never quite seen it that way, you know. Even now, I'm quite pleased at how well my deception worked. Hydro Dragon, don't cry.
Megang
I must say,
kekuasaan,
that
kekuasaan
when
tertinggi
in
ya.
my rights, I would have loved to judge the heavenly principles themselves. Were they not guilty of essentially the same crime? Egeria stole the power of the primordial sea, and the heavenly principles stole the power you ancient dragons possessed. I, for my part, am the god of justice. And is it not just that your original powers should be returned to you? Speaking of justice, I have always believed that justice lies in the process of pursuing human
Nah, cuman dia yang
existence itself.
selevel dan lebih kuat dari
So,
Archon.
if the theft of the primordial sea's might was Fontaine's original sin, then, leaving matters of procedural right and wrong
Memegang mutlak
aside,
elemen
the
hydro.
descent of the Fontainians as humans and their right to exist in this world would be Fontaine's original justice. In other words,
Pokoknya harus nggak ada penerusnya dia
existence
menurut apa
was
penerus.
Egeria's justice. And to me, justice is the continuation of that existence. Defying the prophecy and ensuring that Fontaine's people shall live on. That should be the justice enthroned over all others.
Janji nggak nangis, nggak usah diomongin gitu, Muhammad, Zari Imran.
Whether it be myself or all other Fontainians, have shouldered the burden of this sin for far too long. Iudex Neuvillette, the highest judge in our land, when you regain your full power as an elemental sovereign, what verdict shall you pass upon us?
Nangis
So when I
itu
was
makanya
invited
nggak
to
face
Court
cam.
Fontaine to serve as Iudex, I see now that that was your idea too. At last, I now understand the true purpose behind this position. In the beginning, I was uninterested in human existence. But these 5 centuries of living alongside them have gradually brought about mutual understanding between us. And I have even attempted to feel as they feel. You are a devious one, Focalor. Things being as they are, surely you know that I could never declare them to
Padahal
be
kalau
guilty.
facecam mata udah merah. Enggak, facecamku lagi nggak bisa ini anjir. No.
The hour of my execution is almost here. For the sinner, the curtain call has come. I know I may not sound it, but faced with death, I find myself a little afraid. Perhaps this is one thing both gods and humans have in common. Farewell, Neuvillette. I
No.
hope you've enjoyed the part you played these 500 years.
Gak ada apa-apanya dibanding ini. Lagi remes bandar. No.
Iudex Neuvillette, hereby declare, people of Fontaine, your sins are forgiven.
Main game doang kok sedih ya? Kan mau ngegame doang ya.
What just happened? Has the death sentence been carried out?
Was that bright light some sort of misdirection? I have a feeling that something huge just happened.
Ntar guys.
But since we're all still alive and haven't been dissolved, I assume
Halo Pak Rizal, thank you Pak Rizal. Nggak sopan, nggak apa-apa Pak Rizal, santai-santai.
Punishment to that beast.
Didn't you say just a moment ago that it can't be defeated?
I have gained the strength sufficient to deal with it.
Wah.
Through certain means, I now have the ability to separate the power of the primordial sea from that creature. We should seize the opportunity to pursue our
Iya, main game kan niatnya ini ya, bikin stres hilang ya. Thank you Pak Rizal. Ini tisu bang, kalau tisu semua habis kacamatanya pasti berem. Baca pesanku bang, apa itu? Kau akan ditempatkan di dunia manusia dari yang membahagiakan menyedihkan dan satar. Lama kau akan dengan masih di mana kau mati. Lokal ketika dia mati nama yang akan menanggung. Iya sih.
Traveler, now that the oratories can no longer function, I require an executor to help me mete out justice.
Karena sekarang otris sudah tidak bisa berfungsi, aku perlu butuh bantuan. Walau keadilan.
The root of the calamities befalling Fontaine, the beast that enacts the prophecy. Its name is the all-devouring narwhal. Come with me, traveler. The hour of execution has come.
Tiap Bapak Nopal. Wah, lanjut iya. Wah, anjir. Pasti traveler sebenarnya. Waduh, timku begini lagi.
Considering the size of the beast, I cannot reach the power source. Unless we can find a way to attack it from within. I shall share a part of the ancient power. We shall look for an opening together.
Kalau main nggak ngaruh, di spam attack aja. Oh gitu. Ya anjir, keren lantainya anjir. Ya wah. Ini masuk ke PES kedua. Suara Nopal mirip suara gue pas lagi radang. Emang iya? Wah, ini dia ketemu Power Ranger. Anjir, keren juga musiknya. Mohon maaf bang, nggak ada damage ini bang. Oh sakit damage-nya. Setelah lupa Jepangnya tapi Bito ya. Ah gini doang. Oh jir. Wah, anjir. Nah, itu material yang kita butuhkan nih. Loh.
Thanks for helping with the cleanup.
Wow.
Should have been my job, but oh well.
Wah, cerah ya guys ya. Kuantum. Iya benar juga ya, kuantum aja. Cerah ya guys ya, tiba-tiba ya. Cerah ya. Sudah dilempar kembali ke asalnya. Tiba-tiba cerah aja.
Well, actually, I had a feeling that it would happen at some point, but they bumped into one another earlier than I thought. What a blunder. I suppose I'll have to swing my sword 3 million times as penance.
That power. Who are you exactly?
Hyman has an idea. From what she said earlier, she must be Child's master. Skirk, right?
Skirk.
It's just that he gave us the impression that she was the less talkative person.
I simply did not have anything to say to the weak. But you, on the other hand, managed to defeat the all-devouring narwhal without using power from beyond this world. So you may speak to me as equals.
Weekly boss cuman masih lanjut tadi di Archon kos. Aku weekly boss nggak pernah nyampe yang ditelan paus itu anjir.
I have to agree.
Angle-nya sih, iya angle-nya sih cerah ya plan-nya. Cuma kayak bukan kayak bukan ini anjir. Karakter Genshin. Spek Honkai Impact ini mah.
All in all, it fails as a pet.
Miss Skirk, I think you might have missed the point.
The point being?
Well, being that this pet almost destroyed an entire nation. So what sort of
Lah susah kan weekly lebih mudah.
Well, Child's masters.
Enggak, maksudnya aku nggak pernah nyampe yang itu lebih mudah, kelarnya lebih cepet.
So you don't know him.
Nggak pernah masuk yang paus ditelan itu, ditelan paus itu. Jir, matanya keren juga. Namanya Surtalogi.
I am unfamiliar with that name.
Lah nggak sampai ditelan paus, bukannya kalau bar penuh selalu dimakan. Di one shot kah? Enggak, udah mati duluan, Kli.
Have you heard of the name The Fowl?
The Fowl?
Jadi aku nggak sempet sampai yang ditelan paus itu. Amin bang, itu lagi ngomong. Iya sama-sama Pak Rizal. Thank you ya Pak Rizal ya.
Or Gold Vine Daughter?
Ooh, that one we've heard.
Rendotir.
She's Albedo's mom, right?
Ibunya Albedo.
So you do know that name. To be honest, I also heard all of those
Namanya
names
saja
and
dari
titles from
guru.
my master. I don't actually know
Ayo
them either.
sepatunya.
But I suppose you understand now, yes? My master is likely a similar sort to Rhine Daughter. They are both pursuing some form of perfection.
Oh, Mihoyo tahu nih fan service nih. Kayak Wiki Raiden ya berarti. Gila sepuh damage-nya bukan main. Lah kok gitu sih?
That the all-devouring narwhal used up nearly all its strength fighting you. Such roiling hydro energies will prove difficult for the planet's deep seas to digest. As such, the fontaine back on the surface has most likely been
angle-nya.
chaos. In other words, the prophecy that you've been fretting over should now be in full swing.
What?
Tapi
not to worry. Focalor has already managed to deceive the heavenly principles.
kawannya Poraja itu di dalam perut si paus.
The people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only Farina will remain, weeping on her throne.
No. Oh, tenggelam.
Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
Banjir air mata Purina. Hah? Ih, Navia cantik banget. Oh. Oh.
Initiate emergency rescue.
Hurry! Hey, lend a hand.
Anjir, ini kasirnya lama loh. Masih ada topinya dong, berenang dong.
The water's receding.
Ah, surut.
It's a miracle.
Water's receding.
We didn't dissolve. The prophecy was wrong. The prophecy was wrong.
Are you alright? We're saved.
The prophecy was wrong.
Cantik banget, Purina. Kelewatan ini kalian anjir. Banjir karena Hydro Archon sudah tiada kan bro. Dan kenapa suara gamenya kecil? Emang iya guys, suara in gamenya kecil. Cuma Hydro Archon. Berkata sih ini banjir. Kan kecil gua bilang. Emang iya kecil? Enggak. Kasihnya paling banyak, tapi karena Hydro Archon nggak ada, orang-orang fotonya nggak nih. Dikasih ini yang apa? Ya English ngepas. Nah kan gue bilang juga apa kecil, parah emang. Ya lu nggak usah ngegas gitu, tapi Bito berantem kita sini.
Old soil can still give birth to new bloom, Miss Navia stated. Hope is like seeing a small cookie when you're starving late at night.
Yang lain nggak ada ngomong kok. Nggak ada protes kok, kecil-kecil.
The various disputes that have arisen on account of Mr. Edwin have suddenly become a shield over the Institute, with Julia turning out to be a once overlooked hidden gem. People always call the first researcher mad, but few know what to call the second. And should that latter person achieve a miracle, they would find it all the harder to find a word with which to classify him and his team.
Iya, Purina jadi bebas ya. Nah, setelah ini baru Purina story quest. Purina story quest aku off stream aja deh. Mau ngedate.
What do you think? Pretty enthralling, huh? The Steambird's idea was pretty simple. With the disaster just having passed, we would print a free edition packed to the margins with good news to calm people down.
Atasan gaya tarungnya tartarnya playable mirip banget sama Epic Herald yang Hydro. Gerakannya mirip banget. Ya aku nggak nyangka sih.
Edwin's assistant Jurier created a true flying ship, while Navia is leading people in the reconstruction of their home. I'm sure that these stories could draw even your well-traveled eye.
Hyman's curious too! Wait a minute. Didn't we watch everything happen from start to finish? What's there to be curious about?
And that's exactly why I'd like you to come conduct interviews with me. You're the best incubators of news, if you haven't noticed. And also, with you around, I'm sure I'll get to see that Duke.
Are you sure?
Kalian yang menunggu anime-anime Genshin, padahal dari Hoyoverse sebenarnya kasin-kasinnya itu udah bagus nggak sih guys? Dibikin per episode gitu. Padahal kasin-kasin Genshin tuh menurutku udah oke anjir. Dibikin anime. Berharap sih ada karakter baru lagi Natalan yang kayak Neo Billet. Bang CFDM Discord bentar. AP. Mana nggak ada nge-DM? The hell, Ren? The hell? Si Ren cabul aja.
Oh, this time will be different. Come on, let's head to Poisson first, and then make a trip to the fortress. There are some things you'll only know when you get there.
Mana cabul? Lu kok ke situ sih? Ah, dapat api tuh. Air mata di laut bintang. Kan cuma mau main game tuh buat ngilangin stres ya, malah sedih ya nambah. Ada-ada aja dah. Adegan terakhir. Ini apa sih? Ting ning ning ning. Kalau menurutku orang Ponten nggak di shop ya karena semenjak Nopal ngapus warga Ponten pada saat itu juga air laut yang adanya ganti. Aku mau senjatanya.
Oh, it's you. What brings you all here?
Melo Silver nggak bisa revive. Revive aja.
Having a look around.
I'm here to update myself on how things are going here. Oh, the Fatui are here too.
Let me introduce you. This is Mr. Garunt Snezhevich. He represented the Knave in sending us a large amount of supplies, and is helping with our work.
Soalnya waktu mereka mati udah duluan berlarut. Kesannya Pak bukan karena primordial sih.
Our residents are hard at work as well. Thanks to everyone, work is progressing nicely. We've lost a lot of people, but we're moving forward. That will have to be enough.
Hello, Miss Charlotte. I'm a big fan of yours.
Waduh, kesempatan dia.
But if you don't mind, could you not emphasize our role too much in your report? It's not charity we're doing here. We just happen to share the same interests as the Spina.
I get where you're coming from. I'll keep it as simple as possible.
Enak aja penggemar berat lu ya.
That would be fine.
Jamet modus. Talent Purinamu udah berapa? 88.
Oh,
688.
How are things?
Desain kick ganggu juga ya. Temen gue. Jamet modus.
We finished laying down the construction materials. It'll be another hour before the workers are able to go over there.
Aduh, tolonglah. Klorinde, jangan bikin salah fokus, Klorinde.
Well, her reputation's greatly risen after that whole duel business with Miss Farina. So she's here in Poisson to wait out the
Weekly
heat.
tadi dapat berapa? 2. Kemarin yang weekly kemarin dapat 3
She
aku.
really came here to help me out.
Yang sekarang dapat 2
There's too much to
doang.
consider in the reconstruction of Poisson. The Spina has need of more decision makers. And, well,
Cuma 2-nya langsung buat Purina, 2-nya.
Oh, wait just a moment. Do you mind me asking a few questions? You know, about how you felt before the duel, about what it was like facing down a god. There's lots of exciting material there, I bet.
Ya kalau ini nanti ada hangout and show requestnya.
I'm sure
Oh
you
iya,
can
apa
find
ya?
a better theme than that, Miss Charlotte.
I see you're the same as always. Couldn't you do me a favor for Navia's sake?
Well, if we're talking about doing things for my
Yang
sake,
hangout katanya judulnya selamatkan kancing. The hell, Ren, tolonglah Ren.
it's better than wasting time persuading Chlorand at any rate.
Of course I will. I'm not gonna let her off that easy. All right, then everyone who wants to be in the photo, gather up. And
Cheese. Wih.
Was it a good shot? Did Paimon look cute in it?
Iya, udah Paimon.
your addition really helped the composition of the picture. All right, hang on a moment. Let me snap a few more shots. All right, that should do it. I'll be back here later anyway, so let's call it a day.
Charlotte nggak dipoto.
You're very quick.
Terus saking badaknya nggak ada baju lagi yang pas. Saking badaknya anjir.
Also,
Aduh.
not to brag, but I'm pretty good at building
Kira-kira
connections.
kap apa ya?
Who knows? I might eventually get that interview with you
Kap
after
maksudnya?
all, Miss Clarand.
Wow, you really do have that never say die spirit. I'm impressed.
I'll hazard a guess that this is how you got that interview at the Fortress of Meripede.
Masuk. Tapi itu malah dibahas sampai ke sana. Kira-kira kap apa ya? Kap apa maksudnya? Ini pertandingan bola kap.
Whoa, you're well informed.
Asian Cup.
Let me make a guess too. I asked Sijuin who told Monsieur Nervillette, and he told you, right?
That's a very complete information chain.
In truth, all Monsieur Neuvillette asked me was,
Kap ukuran
when did the Fortress become so friendly
astaga.
towards the media? I told him that it was
Emang
best not to
bener?
speak too soon.
Emang
There's no
iya kap
guarantee that
ukuran
Baisley will make a personal appearance.
40C.
You're right. I've got to treasure
40C
every
apa
moment I
lagi
have
itu?
with them. In which case,
Itu
I'll be
kap
making
ya.
a move first.
Stay safe now. And tell me if you hear anything interesting. I'll treat you to afternoon tea in exchange.
Bah, ditraktir minum sama Napia, bro. $4.000 cc. Mantep banget suara Ian Klorinde. Kayak pas banget. Iya makanya kan. Pas banget gitu loh Klorinde memang. Triple A paling datar punya hut. Astaga, udah guys. Malah bahas begituan anjir.
Wow, guess we're here again, huh? There's a
Kayaknya Kloran. Bodo amat aku lebih seneng dia nyebut dia Klorinde.
Did you come all the way to the entrance to greet us?
Of course. I'm here to welcome you and our dear Miss Charlotte, whom our good head nurse recommended to me.
It's an honor to finally meet the much-rumored Duke. Thank you for consenting to my visit
Sekarang
to
aku
the
tahu ada
fortress, sir.
temannya Archon SMP.
No need to thank me. But that said, I
Ya
should be
Kloran.
the focus of your interview.
Klorinde.
Trust you recall our agreement?
Of course, of course.
All right then, this way.
Nggak sopan di foto anjir.
Hey, no need to be so nervous. I've already taken all the photos we need. Miss Charlotte, do these pictures really need to be published on the cover of the Steambird?
It would seem that Miss Lorvine doesn't want her face to appear beside that of Mr. Jurier.
Teks keluarin deh sama Nabia
Please don't
kalau
say
lagi
things like that.
kalau bagi orang normal
Looks like
sebagai
Mr.
teman.
Jurier denies it. Would this
Aduh.
interview be very important to you then?
No, I just... This is my first time being interviewed, and I'm very thankful to the Steambird for...
Now, I might not look it, but I actually did meet Mr. Edwin once. And I'll be honest, I enjoyed chatting with you more. You've definitely got more of that genius vibe going on. The boat that brought about a miracle, the ark that saved the people. Why, you recreated a myth back there, like an emissary of legend. Still, if I might ask, where's that flying ship now?
Huh. Looks like Charlotte's trying to get herself another exclusive scoop.
I
Lebih
have
baik
to
di skip
apologize, but
skin
that ship is
pilihan
presently
yang
in the
tepat.
bowels of our factory.
Terbang
I'm
iklan
afraid it won't be
Shopee-nya nggak
easy for you to get a
tak
shot of
aku
it.
skip ada JKT.
Really?
Sialan.
And in that case, could I have an interview with you to make up for that loss?
Sialan tapi Bito.
You already know my answer, I'm afraid.
Iklan Shopee JKT
Best
kata.
you interview our head nurse instead. Or perhaps you'd like to take another photo of this couple of researchers?
Did you really have to use the word couple?
Dasar Charlotte.
2 solo photos will do.
Is my hair messed up? Please, someone help me have a look.
Things sure are getting pretty lively here. We've seen this kind of thing before.
Kejar terus kejar.
Oh, seems like everyone's here. Would any of you like to try this new drink I came up with?
Ah, Sijween.
Hey, Miss Charlotte. Why don't you, take some pretty photos of our head nurse? Sure. Come on, Miss Sijween. Over this way. Let's find a brighter spot.
Ya, Missy Queen.
Sure. Do I have to smile?
Pakai nanya.
Things been at the fortress.
Lucunya.
Same old,
Mulai.
as you can see. Fontaine's undergone some changes, but this place is still more or less the same.
Other than that flying ship.
Bang, cara kontak FBI gimana nggak tahu. FBI itu Facebook Indonesia kan?
That's why I decided to let the interview go through. We should direct more public opinions toward the behind-the-scenes heroes. Am I right, Mr. Jurier? Miss Lorvine?
You're too kind, sir. I believe that you too should have your day in the sun. Not that you would want that, which is a pity.
I'll just leave the spotlight to you two.
Kan Charlotte kayak Najwa Shihab.
I see. Lots of things happened that day.
Ngejar apa jurnalis.
Anyway, regarding that Harbinger, I'm not sure you remember, but his 3 young followers are still waiting for his return.
He sure did win them over, huh?
I'll tell them that there's good news and bad news. The good being that their boss seems fine, and the bad being that they must face extended sentences for abetting his escape.
Oh, actually, what about you?
Oh, sebentar bang, mau masak mie.
What change can there be? The fortress will keep
Seguin loli, spek mami ada aura peduli ke ibu-ibuannya gitu. Anjir.
As to what Miss Farina's departure will mean for the nation, and if our laws and governance will be transformed, we'll leave those to the folks.
Kan pause-nya Mempender aja yang nge-pause, nggak aku yang nge-pause.
Good. In that case, let's call it a day here.
Thanks for your cooperation. Come on, traveler, let's go.
Ayo stu-tu-tu-tu.
Everyone.
Ayo stu-tu-tu.
There'll be a next time?
Maybe. Who knows? I might write a story about the underwater factory next time. Until then. All right. Last stop, the docks.
Perhatian terakhir. Kalau lumayan lebih tua juga beberapa malusan lainnya. Ini aku kalau lepasin mati nggak ya? Kepencet. Ya, ente Ren. Ente. Ekrik. Ya, ente. Terima kasih 5.000-nya, Ren. Ya, ente. Ya, videonya ente.
And Miss Charlotte too.
Tuh.
Would you like a magic pocket?
What sort of gadget is it?
It's a wondrous bag that can be used to carry many things.
Videonya,
The water
iya.
levels return to normal.
Nggak tahu
If
itu
you see
dari
any things
Sawerianya.
floating around, you can use this to carry them. Or you could trick a friend into doing it for you.
Trick a friend? I wonder which of my friends would fall for that.
You could just make a friend like Fremine here. Isn't that right, Fremine?
Is this what you meant by
The hell?
I'll help you make some more friends?
To be honest,
Nah, itu intro mantan Najwa. Nah, nggak tahu tuh. Dari itu kali. Mungkin karena intronya berhubungan sama politik. Bisa jadi kayaknya. Alhamdulillah, terima kasih Sawaria menyelamatkanku. Oh, aku tahu, Ren. Kenapa itu nggak muncul? Itu karena kayaknya nominalnya deh. Coba ditambah nolnya 1 deh, coba. Kapitalis.
Yes, I was planning to first introduce Paris.
Atau ditambah nolnya 2. Itu kayaknya muncul deh itu.
In the future, I think we can leave underwater escape magic to him too.
That said, would anyone want to see a diver escape underwater?
Oh, it'll work out. Every
Bang
journey
jebur lagi
begins with the
enggak?
first step. He'll
Di
become
mana
part
lagi
of our
jeburnya
show
ya?
eventually.
Lynette, could you come over? Miss Charlotte says she wants to take a picture of us.
Got it.
Event dapat pre-minute kapan?
That Charlotte is rather perceptive.
Besok ah?
She got rid of everyone the moment she realized I had something to say to you. Father says that you did a great deal during the latest events. She's
Father, mother.
Contributions to Fontaine.
That's all right. We were more than happy to help. So, what's she doing now?
Oh, I guess you haven't heard. Well, after Lady Farina left, Father and Monsieur Neuvillette opened negotiations, during which he gave Fontaine's gnosis to her as a diplomatic gift.
Ah, gnosis Fontaine nih.
Yes, I was quite surprised at first myself. But when I thought it over, there were actually a number of things going for it. It could have been done as an apology for the incident with Lord Child, or as thanks for his help in tying the all-devouring narwhal down. Furthermore, Father did also lend significant aid to Fontaine and Poisson.
That's true, but this is a gnosis we're talking about. Doesn't this seem a bit irresponsible?
I would agree, but I've also heard that it seems that Monsieur Neuvillette has had a significant change of heart regarding the matter.
So there's some reason for this that only Neuvillette knows about?
I suspect you'll have to ask him about that yourself.
Langsung tanya ke orangnya deh.
Speaking of which, I did see him strolling around the entrance to the fortress of Meripede a while back.
Isn't he real busy and stuff? Paimon didn't think he'd have the time for that. But back to the topic. The gnosis was given to the knave, right? What about Child?
They say that he's returned to Snezhnaya to recover from his wounds.
Anjir ke Snezhnaya.
That the recent disaster really did a number on his health.
Ya sekarang dia sudah bisa disebut teman seperjuangan.
That's true. When you think about it, we've had loads of run-ins with the Fatui. To think we'd be allied with them this time.
So shocked by such a simple switching of sides?
Oh, ini dia nih, ayah.
Father.
Well, what do you know? Come to the docks to see how my children are doing and meet the traveler by chance. Please do not pay my accomplishments in Fontaine too much mind. I would have done them regardless.
Are you going to take the gnosis back to Snezhnaya?
That is our duty as Harkins.
Astaga, masih nggak nyerah loh dia loh. Thank you, Ren.
Don't be too preoccupied with sides. The
Anjir,
goal of
kaget
the
aku.
concerns not a single place or person, but the entire world. With such a grand goal in mind, it is inevitable that we must wear many masks. Switching my
Beneran
masks
iya anjir.
is something
Nggak
I've always
nggak nyerah anjir dia.
Well, that depends on many things. No one truly knows what the future holds. What good is honesty if you can't rely on it forever? As for you, I very much look forward to our next collaboration. Good things cannot be achieved alone, and you've proved yourselves to be great partners.
Oh, ini genosisnya. Genosis. Visionnya si Cilde.
A vision? All right. I'll remember to return it. Thank you for keeping it safe for him this entire time.
And that's a wrap for me. Huh? You're...
Nah.
Greetings, Miss Journalist.
Hello. If I'm not mistaken, there are diplomatic channels I'll need to report to take a photo of you.
That is correct. So forgive me, but I will not be able to serve as a
Kasian.
subject in your article. However, feel free to write as much as you'd like about our dear magicians and our upcoming rookie talent.
I will.
The sea breeze is quite pleasant. I shall continue my walk while the weather remains so agreeable. Farewell.
Farewell, Father.
Pader masih rada ini dengernya anjir. Archon dipanggil pader. Jelas-jelas dia cewek anjir.
My pre-scheduled interviews. Thank you all. This will be more than enough for me to write about, I'm sure.
Don't be too nervous. Why don't you take a magic pocket before you go? Here, traveler, Paimon, you take one too.
To move things about?
That's right. Funny. I was giving out magic pockets when we first met too. And what do you know? I'm
Saya
doing
lagi
the
mau
exact
coba
same
interview
thing right
Buat.
now.
Kapan seru nih?
So many things have happened,
Huh?
but the pockets are still the pockets. I guess this must be life. We will all follow our own paths, and serendipity will lead you to your
Nasib
fellow
akan menuntun
friends.
kita bertemu teman-teman yang sudah berjodoh.
We'll be handing out
Kok lu
pockets in
gitu,
some other
Lini?
districts later, so we'll get going now. Have a good day, you two.
Iya, tapi Arleknya nggak mau.
Shall we go see how Neverlette's doing? I've got it.
Padahal karena panti asuhannya didirikan. Iya enggak, aku tahu, cuman agak gimana gitu ngedengernya. Kayak aku ngelihat Arlecchino kan udah jelas-jelas dia cewek ya. Tapi dipanggil pader. Pader mother. Oh, gua pikir beneran. Ih, PT 30 gacha gak guys? 40. Tunggu nyampe PT aja kali ya. Yokin daily. Tapi aku habis ini mau ini Ren. Gak bisa login lagi. Ada kerjaan lagi. Ini tuh aku selesai, aku langsung mau keluar lagi. Gak tahu hari ini kenapa aku sibuk banget ya hari ini ya.
Really? Oh, I suppose you must have met Mr. Linney. He took the time to greet me earlier when he passed this way.
Oh ya, ketemu ini
In
di sini.
any case, you came at a good time.
Pusing.
I was just considering reaching out to
Oh,
you to
thank
set
you,
up a
Ren.
meeting, so I may explain some things that I
Iya,
haven't
thank
had
you,
the
wih,
time to
keren.
before.
Iya, dapat aja si Klimen. Cepet amat keluarnya nggak pakai obat, kuat dong biar tahan. The hell, tapi Bito, pikiranmu.
Alright, let's have it then. How was Fontaine actually saved? The whole business is still quite the mystery to us.
It is strange how words can often leave a bitter taste in the mouth when it finally comes time to say them out loud.
Wow. So that's what happened?
Pikiranmu, Bang. Bukan Tabi Bito. Lah, pikiran Tabi Bito itu.
Fossilor destroyed the divine throne of the Hydro Archon and restored your power to you, transforming you into a fully fledged elemental dragon sovereign.
Aja.
Paimon still doesn't quite get what you did to save the Fontanians from dissolving.
For me, the authority of the ancient dragons refers to absolute control over the hydro element. Fontanians were incomplete humans born of Egeria's use of the power of the primordial sea, with constitutions similar to that of mimics. But so long as those primordial energies remain within them, I could use the ancient dragon's authority to grant them true blood, after the fashion in which life... In other words, when I gave my verdict, Fontanians became true humans, and thus would naturally no longer be dissolved by water from the primordial sea.
Fossilor must have counted on you to make that decision as well. Your verdict was the key to making the prophecy appear to have come true while saving everyone. Yeah, and in a manner of speaking, Fossilor finally managed to fulfill the original Hydro Archon's wish to
Tahu
turn
terusnya
humans into real people
bukan
too.
gitu. Alah, bisa aja ngeles semua Tabi Bito.
It seems from your
Nah, itu yang
expressions that you
kemasuk
still
tadi
have
soal
more things you
orang-orang
wish to ask.
konten gak larut. Iya, benar.
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Tentang ini.
Oh, that's right. They say you've given it to the knave as a diplomatic gift or something.
Leaving aside their intentionality, the two Fatui Harbingers have indeed done much for us during this crisis. Their sole remaining goal in Fontaine, at least at this point, would seem to be the Gnosis. The Oratrice has ceased to function. The Hydro Archon's divine throne is now no more, and I do not need the Gnosis's power.
Dan aku tak butuh kekuatan.
As such, it has lost all meaning for Fontaine. If the Fatui have impure designs, then we might as well accede to their request now, and avoid unnecessary conflict.
What complicated considerations. Paimon thought you were just giving it to them out of gratitude to the knave and as an apology to Child.
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Terus streamer ini sukanya pikiran negatif, Bang Parit yang pikiran negatif. Lah, ya deh, streamer selalu salah. Aku mah salah mulu.
Yeah, about that. Risley said Farina has already left. What's that all about?
Ah, Lady Farina. The people are only aware that her death sentence has not been carried out. She abdicated the post of Hydro Archon and left affairs related to that title to me, before leaving the Opera House. I related Fossilor's words to her faithfully and completely. After hearing them, she seemed neither saddened nor comforted. She simply said that she was tired and needed to rest.
No.
Having said that, she then packed her things and moved out of the Opera
Ya,
House.
dia perlu istirahat sih,
not
capek
unlike
dia.
how an ordinary person might.
But she's still got a place to stay, right?
Paimon, sembarangan mulutmu, jadi
You need not
gelandangan.
worry. I will make arrangements to ensure that she will not want for food, clothing, board, or travel. In truth, I am somewhat happy for her. The wear and tear on her spirit will, of course, take time to heal. But now that she no longer has to play the role of Fossilor the Hydro Archon, she can finally lay down her burdens and lead a normal life.
What about you then?
Oh, jadi itu ya jawabannya ya. Kenapa di selector tuh nggak ada animasinya? Ternyata emang Purina bukan Archon ya
This
ternyata.
matter will directly affect our trials.
Aku sedih.
After much careful consideration, I've decided to take over its role in our courts. From now on, I shall hear cases and pass verdicts by myself.
Looks like you're still considering stuff from the perspective of the Udex, huh?
As an elemental dragon, there are indeed many things that I must do. But this power and this duty, in a manner of speaking, you could say that both were granted to me. As such, before I attend to my other responsibilities, I must first and foremost continue to serve Fontaine as its highest judge. The duty of the Hydro Sovereign and the duty of the Eudex shall coexist within my person. Additionally, the Hydro Archon's departure has brought about another problem, which is that the Opera House shall no longer produce indemnitium.
That's true. That power was derived from the people's faith in the Hydro Archon, wasn't it? Wait, but the various mechs and machines in the city are all still okay. Where are they getting their energy from?
Jadi semua tanggung jawab Neopi. Rit, menurut kamu Neopi apa Purina Archon Hydro? Yang Archon Hydro adalah Kole. Pas ulti Purina glowing gak rambutnya? Iya ya? Enggak kayaknya deh. Kayaknya enggak deh.
When we spoke to Linny earlier, he mentioned that your attitude towards giving away the Gnosis had clearly changed. We guessed that there might be some reason for it that only you were aware of.
No wonder the House of the Hearth is the Fatui's intelligence division. They are certainly sharp. So regarding this specific issue, I was just getting ready to share something with you.
What is it?
In truth, I exchanged some further words with that lady named
Kole
Spec
Archon,
after sending
Kole.
you back to the surface. It went something like this.
Kalau mau bilang secara lore, berarti Purina bukan Archon dari dulu. Dan Pokalor cuma jadiin Purina untuk berperan jadi Archon. Enggak akan emang dari awal Purina. Iya, emang manusia biasa kan. Yang Archon adalah aku. Purina atau Pokalor, app-nya Faishal. Ada skriki. Kiu kiu.
The all-devouring narwhal isn't here, so I'm no longer getting any interference. I can finally catch the scent of your power.
Wow.
What it's made of. It is the authority of the planet's primordial dragons, but with something very similar to a god's curse mixed in. It's quite a novel blend. I'm sure I've encountered something like this before. What was it again?
I do not know what you speak of.
Ah, of course. How could I forget? You should have the remains of the third descender on your person, yes?
Remains? I've never heard of any such thing.
Huh. According to your parlance, I believe it may be called a gnosis.
Oh.
Well, that much is true. After Focalor's divinity faded, she handed her gnosis to me. But I fear I have never heard of it described in the manner that you just did.
I've been training with my master, the Foul, ever since I was young, and I have never returned to the surface since. So most of the information I possess, I got from him. It is only natural for those who are greater than humanity to possess a different sort of common sense, which is why there are so many problems in our attempts to communicate with humans. Regardless, you should probably get rid of objects of misfortune to prevent any disasters from befalling you. To live in itself is a blessing. But once a person dies, the bonds he once had with this world shall all turn to curses.
What do you mean by that?
No need to fret. These are just my personal thoughts.
Tapi saya aja kadang nggak pakai
And my
Archon.
reason for no longer wishing to return to the surface.
This third descender you refer to, who are they? And when did they die?
Suara Neopilat mirip banget suara aku ya.
Perhaps it just wasn't that important for me to know. If you're interested though, I could ask him. I'll be
Benar
sure
gak
to
guys?
pass the answer
Setuju
on
kan
to you
kalian?
next time.
Ketik satu.
Next time. You believe we will meet
Next
again?
time.
I do. Wait. I have a disciple of my own, don't I? He can be the messenger then.
Apa nih ada karakter Shota di Genshin? Lah Xiao Shota kan?
That's what she told me. Whether it would prove useful or not.
Iya bang, bener nggak ragu lagi mau buy one aku sama kau.
The remains of the third descender? actually are. Paima just thought they looked like chess pieces. How could they be a person's remains?
All the same,
Dia
assuming that there
remaja
was no
tapi pendek.
misunderstanding or
Oh,
special metaphor at play, that is what she
mana
meant to
ada
say.
siapa kan pendek gimana sih? Tapi itu
If she speaks the truth, then I would simply be
Duh, mati
putting
gua
Feng
diserang
Feng at
fans Xiao bentar
unnecessary risk
lagi.
by keeping it here.
Dia tapi Vito tuh Xiaomin dia. Tapi Vito. Sota kan loli versi cowok. Loli versi cowok tuh namanya Sota nggak sih? Bukan ya? Ah, bukan wibu, aku nggak tahu.
I guess that you might already be familiar with this concept, but I did not expect you to be one of them. That means that the Gnosis, which are exceedingly element compatible and
Kalau di ASR tuh kayak murid Jing Liu itu si Yang King.
I wonder, does your body also possess similar properties?
Neopilet mau tubuh-tubuh. Ya, Sota itu loli versi cowok. Nah, kan bener kan aku? Loli versi cowok tuh. Yang King emang Sota, nggak tahu. Tapi dia kayaknya nggak di remaja deh kayaknya.
I too believe it unwise to make too many blind guesses when information is lacking. The same is true of being at court.
Nggak boleh bang kalau game CN ngeluarin karakter Sota. Oh iya, emang nggak boleh? Nggak tahu aku beneran.
Yes.
Emang nggak boleh?
All of Focalor's efforts were for this moment as well.
She sacrificed herself in the
Oh, nggak boleh.
all those years as a human.
Emang kenapa?
Was that really what she wanted?
I suppose that would
Ada
be the
sejarahnya.
mystery
Wah, lama
of
nih
God's
kalau
will.
udah ngomong ada sejarahnya, lama nih kayaknya nih. Pembahasannya.
I suspect not. But once in a while, I too would guess that if wishes were like the clouds in the sky,
Gua tahu Sota itu kayak
they will one
NPC
day
yang
return
pernah
to the earth as
pernah hidup
raindrops.
palsu waktu Archon
Life
Quest.
flows like water, and rain
Loli
is
boleh
the
buat
final
bertarung
answer.
tapi Sota nggak boleh.
The water levels may sometimes tilt one way or another, but the rain falls fairly upon all. And what ultimately is the difference between the rains that fall upon all of us?
Nggak tahu aku itu Sota Loli. Akhirnya penyamaran sang pendosa. Dapat genosis. Genosis. Akhirnya kelar ya. Bang, lu nge-skip percakapan soal Nathan dari Neopilet. Oh iya. Ntar aku rewatch aja ntar. Yang di akhir tadi ya. Ntar aku rewatch. Habisnya baca ini. Baca komen. Karena emang nggak kelarin. Kelar kocak. Kan kelar. Terima gacha nggak sih? Nggak. Lah, aku mau ngapain sih ke ini? Oh, ganti ini ya. Iya, lu nge-skip. Gara-gara tapi Bito nih, banyak banget ininya omongannya. Tapi Bito banyak ngechatnya, jadi aku bacain. Wih, 100%. Ganti ke dendro lagi. Bang Joki explode 100%, aku bayar 100.000. Pokoknya di Natlan ada negeri para naga, bukan kayak Neopilet tapi negeri Natlan. Ya kayak semacam orang-orang di sana keturunan naga. Oh gitu. Terima kasih. Wah, berarti Natlan Suara Purina carnya apa aja Riran? Saino sama kakaknya itu. Kakaknya Ayato. Kakaknya Ayato. Kakaknya Ayaka. Kakaknya Ayato siapa? Udah. Bentar. Sebelum op. Ada harbinger nomor 1 di kapten. The Captain, oke. Nggak arte, nggak story, nggak suara in game, tetap gue yang kambing game ini emang. Lah tapi itu emang salah aja. Weh, dapat ini, let's go. Ini apa? Domain 15 kali. Nah, tuh guys. Sebanyak itu kah di domain Archon Quest anjir? Udah kelar loh 15 kali. Weekly boss baru susah ngarit? Enggak, nggak susah. Gacha sih kata gua. Jam-jam wangi nih. Elah, mulutnya. Mulutnya jam-jam wangi, pintar ya dirimu ya.
You want me on your...
Nih kalau jam-jam wangi, apakah ini wangi tapi Bito? Buktiin deh. Wangi nggak ini? Memang nabung buat siapa lagi? Aku pengen... Ini tuh aku pengen ini dulu sebenarnya. Ini apa ke konsep Purina lagi ya C2? Hehe. Kayaknya C2 enggak deh.
Everybody stand back. I swear by my sword. Clouds high. The birds call into the wind.
Berapa nih Purina? 36. 36.
Let's light it up. I'm going in.
115. Ayo, Purina. Aku op duluan ya. Iya, Ren, aku juga bentar lagi mau op. Buat sembuh ya, Ren. Aduh. Kalau nggak arte tetap dev sih. Kalau gacha kuning aku udah nggak kuat. Halo Bang Salah. Halo Aldo. Buset bah Bang Winda.
Jangan harap bisa memenangkan Pilpres 2024.
Astaga.
Nggak, bercanda. Bang, nama saya Charlie. Halo, Charlie.
Bang Winda, Bang Winda. Thank you ya Aldo ya. Minimal naikin dulu. Enggak, buat siapa anjir itu? Buat siapa? Enggak ada yang make. No. No HP. Terus ini juga HP no. Udah jurang ini mah, iya udah jurang dijorokin lagi anjir.
Fallen leaves adorn my night. The wind knows me. Barbados, guide us.
Strike a pose. Let the world come alive.
Wind strider.
Let's light it up.
Buat siapa tadi itu anjir? HP Neopilot nggak ada. Nah, ayo. Hydro. HP double crit ER. Waduh, bener Hydro. Sasatnya bau. Jin dinaikin burstnya doang buat support. Ya burstnya. Nih yang tadi nih dinaikin nggak yang tadi? Jin yang dinaikin bunga apaan yang main statnya Hydro? Enggak tadi maksudnya gobletnya di samping gitu loh tadi maksudnya. Ini kalau IR bagus sih. Ya attack. Plus 20 deh. Depth 19. Mana ya yang konekin ya? Ini HP. Ini bau sih sebenarnya. Oh iya ini aja. Apakah wangi? Apakah double crit semua? Yeah. Naiknya nggak high crawl.
Juga tanduknya gue bosan, gue mau pakai tanduk. Tanduk iblis ya, karena biasanya yang merah-merah seperti iblis ya. Di depan kelihatan baik, di belakang jahat, di depan rakyat kelihatan. Bentar, kita beli itu deh ya.
Bang, sudah bang. Aldo, astaga.
Apa nih? Iblis di depan rakyat. Itu udah pasti. Nyalek. Maksud gua kok nyalek? Nyalon. Next.
Jalan. Ya mana nih gacha parah? Apa nggak ada janji gacha kocak? Nggak ada janji gacha anjir. Nggak ada. Primo udah kayak gini nyuruh gacha nggak ada. ER. Astaga, nyari ER crit damage. HP siapa yang makainya? Dan kamu juga nggak ada yang kerja lagi kan, Rit? Apa nyari konspurina lagi? Tenpool. Kok Reaper sih aja? Nggak ada gacha lagi, kocak ya. Dah. Op. Bye. Nggak apa-apa, Purinaku ini aja. Nggak apa-apa kan Purina? Iya nggak apa-apa. Iya Purina nggak apa-apa. Gitu. Dia melarikan diri lah. Melarikan diri apaan? Orang janji gacha aja nggak ada, kocak dah. Ngejar kons lagi kah? Enggak deh kayaknya. C2 tuh dia nambah HP kan? C2 nya nambah HP kan? Habis kelas Archon masa nggak kasihan apa Purina? Lah, Ini aja udah aku gacha, buktinya udah C1. Ya udah. Oh, alasan. Udah questnya bang, enggak, kasihan sama Purina. Gacha lagi. Dari mana duitnya? Tuh, 1.800. Ini PT 30. Nggak nyampe, males. 40 mana kuning. Dah, bye-bye. Weapon lah, Splendor. Astaga, ini siapa nih? Bang, udah bang. Ah, enggak, cuma 60. Tidak terbackup. No. Terima kasih ya. Aku anggap donasi. Thank you. Terima kasih banyak. Bex gacha enggak 160 doang itu. No. Enggak. Suruh gacha. Mana ada? Enggak, nanti di akhir. Enggak dapet. Aku harus ngumpulin lagi. Enggak. Ini 11, 14 tuh 15 bulan lagi lah aku ini. Aku kumpulin 15 full. Bang, itu aku loh, Bang. Siapa itu tadi sih itu? Udah ketebak sih, Ren, dari ininya. Aldo tadi itu kan.
Too popular can be such a hassle. Who knew the people
Channel
would
leak.
adore me so much?
Kenapa? Channel leak. Siapa Aldo? Oh, beda. Ayo udah, berarti aku salah sangka. Thank you. Apa channel leak apa? Nggak gacha apa lagi, udah gacha, nggak ada gacha. Bye sampai jumpa di streaming berikutnya. Bye. Lah.
Tea parties are a must for the well-mannered. If you'd like to learn the proper etiquette, I'd be happy to teach you.
Oh, ini. Melarikan diri parah, Bang. Aku bela-belain balik ke stream padahal. Ya udah, aku tidur aja. Ya udah, selamat tidur, Ren. Kan kamu lagi sakit. Harus banyak istirahat, Ren. Jangan keseringan nonton stream. Apa sih report ya? Nyuruh gacha, tapi Bito isiin, tapi Bito 10 full. Gua gacha nih. Lu isiin gua 10 full, gua gacha. Aku mau nunggu 30 jadi biar kuning. Kalau gacha habis terus nabung lagi dari nol tuh kayak aduh. Ini tadi aja udah ada isiin nggak gacha. Yang diisi 120. Masa aku ini 1.600 gacanya? Gacha, Bang, teman gua aja. Itu temen lu. Tuh, Purina nggak boleh gacha kan? Tunggu 30 full dulu kan? Iya kan? Nggak boleh gacha kan? Tuh, nggak boleh. Bodoh amat dah, kalian bosen ngelihat Purina ini. Bang, apa Rin? Parah emang. Kenapa ya emang banyak terpesona sama Purina, padahal kuda lautnya lebih menggoda. The hell, Klimen. Aku menang bet ini, kau harus gacha. Enggak, apa hubungannya? Enggak ada. Enggak ada. Tidak ada hubungan sama sekali. Dirimu menangin judi, aku gacha. Kenapa aku yang kena ininya ya? Dah, bye-bye. Sampai jumpa.
Being too popular can be such a hassle. Who knew the people would adore me so much?
Oh ya, ganti Jepang dulu dah. Wah, melarikan diri. Lah, apa lagi? Gacha sih. Apalagi gacha enggak ada. Neng, dah, bye bye. Sampai jumpa di streaming 3 tahun ke depan lagi. Bye bye. Tabung 30 full. Tadi terima kasih sah 20 primo gamenya ya. Bye bye. Selamat malam. Malam apa hari ini? Selasa ya? Selamat malam. Bye bye. Masih aja itu ngebet anjir. Dah. Bye bye. Sampai jumpa. Penti Zongli, Raiden, Nahida punya signatur. Emang parah streamer kita yang satu ini. Masa Purina Archon gak signatur? Rungkat. Emang nggak disuruh gak ini. Memang aku nggak suruh gacha. Bye bye. Sampai jumpa. Selamat beristirahat guys.